folks. It's Kim and Lou, or Lou and Kim, again with day number 7 on our detox. Can you believe it? Woohoo! It's actually
Wow.
only day 2, or is it day 3?
3.
Of the actual recipes. And yeah, I'm pretty excited to say that things are going pretty awesome. But without further ado, let me introduce you to Lou. Lou?
Good morning, Kim. I am doing great for this week. I got up way earlier than I normally do, so I actually had time to put my stuff together, make my smoothie, make my breakfast, do some Pilates, have a shower, do some laundry. It was a pretty busy morning.
So were you up at 4?
No. I like 20 to 6, but I can get a lot done.
Yes, you can. That's awesome.
How about you? How are you doing?
I'm doing very well. Yesterday was a absolutely wonderful day. Got all of my proteins. Everything flowed very easily. There were no distractions. There were no cravings. There was nothing. It was lovely. I had made the beanless hummus and put in a little extra garlic, and it was lovely. And I find that the one thing that I do like is something crunchy. So even though we've got lots of smoothies and lots of other things, roasted vegetables and stuff, I still like crunchy stuff. So cut up some carrots, cut up some celery, and was using that with the dip. And very, very satisfying, very filling. And finding that even though people around me were having some chocolates and snacks, I had a gathering last night where there were chips and stuff out on the table, and none of that was a temptation at all. And usually I'll have, I'll pick at something or other. Nothing. So yeah.
Nice.
Got my elixir going this morning, and just getting ready to get my smoothie, and then out on another wonderful day. And how about you?
Nice. I did cheat a little bit yesterday, but overall, I actually had a friend over for lunch, and I pimped the ingredients from one of the recipes. One of the recipes calls for cauliflower soup. And instead of making soup with the cauliflower, I made a tabbouleh. Here, I'll show you. So what I did is I riced the cauliflower. So I just chopped it in the blender so it's really fine, the texture of rice. And then I just chopped up a couple of vegetables like peppers and tomatoes, onions, a little bit of cumin, and then the honey lemon dressing. That's what I used in it for some flavor, and it turned out pretty darn fabulous. So that was my lunch yesterday.
It looks pretty darn fabulous.
Lunch again today with a little bit of protein, and that was fantastically satisfying. And yesterday I got some new vitamins in. I am working on arresting and reversing my glaucoma, so I got some really good quality vitamins in. And I'm guessing maybe that's why I woke up at 5:40 before my alarm went off, because that's usually 3 or 4 minutes before my alarm goes off, but a full half an hour before it goes off, that's strange. I'm feeling great. And I noticed this morning, actually the past couple mornings, that I definitely have less bloat, less stomach bloat going on. I've noticed a little bit of change that way. So, and like I said, energy is good, less bloat. So those are the changes that I'm noticing already from eating clean for 5 days.
Awesome. I'm noticing less bloat as well. I'm also noticing my skin is starting to clear up. If you notice from when we first started, there was more redness through here, and it's starting to subside, which is fabulous. And what else have I noticed? Oh, water intake is increasing, and I'm so grateful for that. And regular bowel movements.
There you go. Gotta keep on moving. Noticing changes. So for me, waking up at 20 to 5, 20 to 6 for no apparent reason. There's two things there. Waking up to an alarm, I'm not necessarily a morning person, but then that's a whole other story about the meaning to it. I like sleeping in, and I really am not a fan of waking up to an alarm. And once I understood about sleep cycles, it made a difference. When you wake up, whenever you're done sleeping, you feel a lot more refreshed than getting rudely woken up by an alarm. And this is because our sleep cycle isn't quite finished, which is why we're kind of groggy in the mornings sometimes, and it takes a little while for some people to wake up, and the snooze, 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 snooze button. But if you think about the times when you wake up to no alarm and you wake up when you're finished sleeping, how much better you feel versus waking up to an alarm. So I don't know, for some reason, actually I know why, I learned how to, on a subconscious level, through meditation, how to train my subconscious body to wake up when I'm done my sleep cycle, just before the alarm. So when I am present, I can pretty much tell myself, you know what, I'm gonna wake up a few minutes before 6. And sure enough, within about 8 minutes before 6 o'clock, I'm awake. So sleep is a big part of health because our bodies regenerates, and energy. Like if we need coffee in the mornings, why do we need coffee as a pick-me-up? Because maybe we're not getting enough rest. So sleep and sleep quality is huge when it comes to your health and your metabolism, not to mention your mood and your energy. And that's something that's overlooked, is a good quality sleep. How do you sleep normally?
I actually am I'm up in the middle of the night. I'm usually up at, depends, more often than not, 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. And I will be up for an hour or two. And then I may go back to bed for 15 or 20 minutes. My sleep cycle kind of varies, depends on where I am and what's going on. I don't need a lot of sleep. When I do require some sleep, my body will literally sleep for 10 hours, but that happens maybe once or twice a year, where it just says, okay, we're going to completely recharge and re-energize. I am very familiar with setting the internal clock. So if I know that I need to be somewhere, I am 95% of the time awake before my alarm clock goes off. And that's setting the intention, what time I'd like to be waking before the alarm clock goes off. So it is something that you can develop and learn, as Lewis shared. And it's giving your body the invitation to, okay, as soon as my head hits the pillow, that I am going to enter a nice, deep, relaxing sleep, and that it is that I'm needing to get up, knowing that I will wake up refreshed, energized, and allowing my body to cycle through all of the stages of awaking, so that when the alarm or whatever it is, that I am fully awake, rejuvenized, and revitalized and ready to go with the day. And that's been a practice for me, and a habit for quite some time now. Mm-hmm.
Nice. Yeah, we're lucky because I mean, there's lots of people that don't sleep well. And for years, I didn't sleep well at all. I was a horrible sleeper. I was called an angry sleeper. When I'd be traveling with friends, my friend would say, "You know what? You're an angry sleeper." I'm like, "What do you mean?" It's like, well, every time you turn over or move, it's like I like punch my pillow and do a big sigh. It's like roll over and I know that when I think about that, it's like I never used to be able to stay asleep. I could fall asleep on a dime, like that, but I could never stay asleep. So every time I rolled over and woke up, I was a little bit like, oh, I'm awake again. Oh, I'm awake again. So, and yeah, slept like probably about 10, 12 years I slept badly. I went to a sleep clinic. I got tested for sleep apnea, like the whole works, tried different herbal teas, and they didn't work. Well, they kind of did in a way, because the one herbal tea made me up peeing all night long. So the next night I was actually exhausted. So I was actually able to sleep through. But I don't think that's what was supposed to happen. And then finally, a friend of mine told me, she's like, well, why don't you just tell yourself that you're going to have a good sleep? I'm like, oh, that's something I've never tried. So it's like, okay, body, let's do this. I'm gonna have a good sleep. You're gonna feel rested. I'm gonna be awake. And honest to goodness, now it's probably been about 5 years and I've had the best sleep of my life just by, as you said, setting an intention. I set the intention that I was going to have a good sleep. And now I love sleeping. It's now when I roll over at night, it's like, oh, look, I still have 3 more hours till I have to get up. Versus, holy crap, I have to be up in 3 hours. So again, just changing the mindset makes a huge difference on the outlook. Now it's like, oh, I'm gonna have a great sleep tonight. I very rarely don't sleep well anymore. Very rarely. And again, like you said, it's about intention and being present and setting out and picturing yourself waking up feeling refreshed and energetic and being able to focus.
I'd also like to add to that, for those of you who go to sleep, what are you sleeping on? So what are you doing 5 minutes before you go to bed? Are you checking your internet? Are you going through the trials and tribulations of the day? Or do you have an attitude of gratitude? Now, I don't know about you, Lou, but I know that if I am out and I'm watching a horrible movie that's got lots of gunfire and the whole bit, and there's all this, that's not a movie that I watch on a regular basis. But if by chance it's something that I attended, unless I cancel that out and change my focus before I go to bed, guess what I'm dreaming about? Somebody's getting shot, or there's some sort of thing or whatever. So what we're setting as an intention before we go to bed is usually what we're going to be dreaming about or thinking about. So I'm inviting you to have an attitude of gratitude. So list a few things of what you're grateful for just before you go to sleep, and you'll find that you'll sleep much, much better.
100% agree. And the same thing as when you wake up. Attitude of gratitude. First thing, you open your eyes and you're waking up. It's like, what are you grateful for? And what you can see what to be grateful for the day coming. And it doesn't have to be big things. You know, it could be, ooh, fresh sheets, waking up to the smell of fresh, the Downy Fresh pillow or something like that. Or you're looking forward to breakfast, or you get to see a friend that you hadn't seen all day. Or, yeah, again, anything little. Oh, look, a new sprout on your favorite plant. A new bloom is coming up. All these little things add up to changing your energy and your intent. If you wake up in the morning and stub your toe, something bad happens, you spill something, and automatically think, oh, my day's going to suck. Why are you going to ruin a whole day? And then you know what? You're right, because you're going to look for everything bad to happen. You're going to look for it. On a subconscious level, you're going to look for it. Oh, someone took my parking spot. Oh, and suddenly, because you've already said out there, declared this day's going to suck, guess what? It will. Versus, oh, ouch, I stubbed my toe. Okay, I've got 9 others. All right. It's just a moment in the day. It's not the whole day. When you have not so great moments where things happen, it's just a moment. There's still a good 23 hours and 57 minutes in the day that can be good for you.
Mm-hmm. It's all about choice. Your choices, as I said, creates your reality.
So I'm choosing to have a great day today. I'm choosing to be able to get lots done.
As am I.
And for the day job, and it'll be beautiful outside, and go for a nice long walk. And I am not going to be overwhelmed. I'm just going to have joy in everything that I do today with my coworkers, and have a good chat with my fiance, and I'm going to get lots done when I get home tonight. And Lord willing, my internet's going to be working, which should be really nice. So everything's just going to drop into place, and that's my intention today.
Awesome. Well, I'm celebrating your intention for the day, and I also am going to have the intention of having a really great day and everything unfolding with the greatest of ease, and tonight's class smoother than planned. So, yes, we've got a wonderful day planned for each of ourselves, and we hope that each of you have an amazing day planned too. And Lou, if there isn't anything else that you'd like to share today, we will sign off and let these fabulous folks see us again tomorrow.
Excellent. Thumbs up. Have a great day.
All right, folks. Have a great day.